It's your bandito Lowski. Today we gotta talk Jack Della Maddalena, Jay Dizzy in his bit. Obviously, we're gonna talk about the hands. He has a significant boxing advantage over most of his opponents when we see him fight. But one of the things that really stands out to me is his use of hooks, which we see him use to finish fights as well as in combination. A common theme with his hooks is using them to intercept opponents as they try to circle out. But like you would expect with any good boxer, these hooks are made possible with his jab, establishing expectations he can then later subvert with a hook. Here he steps in to land his jab, he slides back to avoid his opponent's counter, shows the jab once, then steps the rear foot forward to close distance before feinting the jab and throwing a right hook around his opponent's guard. Here we see the probing jab push the opponent back onto the fence, encouraging them to move to the right. His jab finds the range while his left hook intercepts. As his opponent recovers, he grabs the guard for a rear body hook, shifting right hook. Jack will also often use his cross to push his opponents back onto the fence and set up a hook as they try to circle out. Here Jack subverts that expectation again with an outside slip, crossing, and then shifting forward into a very square stance, shifting again into a lead uppercut along the fence. Not sure about y'all, but this feels very reminiscent of Bam Rodriguez's shifting lead uppercut from southpaw stance. Here he pushes the opponent back with a jab cross, misses the uppercut, goes cross liver hook, steps back for a right hook, and then just goes straight to the body, ending the flurry with a knee to the head as his opponent starts to duck down, which is a trend I really appreciate in combination with his boxing. He lands the body jab, his opponent slips the cross, he grabs a plum clench, kneeing his opponent in the head and stepping forward into southpaw stance. Now we can see that the opponent high guards. Jack finishes with a body cross, pushing his opponent back onto the fence. Now for my favorite punch Jack throws. He ducks underneath the opponent's lead hook, and then he finishes with a rear hook to the head. This punch works best off of the open stance. As you can see, the rear hook keeps Jack's head off the center line. Next, he lifts the tricep up, holding the guard in place, throws a right hook, and then attempts a lever hook. And at this point, his opponent is thinking about that right hook that already landed up against the fence, and Jack's about to subvert that expectation again with a cross lead uppercut, finishing his opponent from here. Here we see Jack in the center of the octagon, countering a low kick with a left hook, right hook, liver hook. Very cool. He pushes the opponent back, and as they look to grab and reclench, he follows up with a rear uppercut, left hook, and then right hook. Next, he throws a lead uppercut, misses, and then uses it as a frame to set up his cross, pushing his opponent backwards. Now, he might look like he's just taking his head offline, but he's actually loading his body to throw this straight left and then followed up with a right hook, intercepting his opponent and cutting off their escape. He finishes up with a collar tie rear uppercut. That being said, Jack is very good at slipping away from his lead hand to counter and throw a left straight. He follows up with a liver hook and then cross. And when his opponents exit outside of punching range is typically when we see his high kicks. Here we see another slip counter, but this time Jack throws a lot more volume. Off the same slip, he's going to throw a cross hook, liver hook, following it up with a left hook, right hook times 2. He throws a body cross followed by a lead hook, and then throws another intercepting high kick. In this next slip, we see another example of Jack also using that slip to load his power shot. Here we see the left hook followed up by the right hook. He misses the last hook and then just throws across as the opponent is exiting. The opponent retreats from punching range and then again intercepting high kick. In case you haven't noticed, Jack does exceptional work setting up traps for his opponents based on their defenses. Here we see Jack pick up on a pattern of his opponent parrying his jab. He throws a few more jabs just to reinforce this pattern, and as his opponent throws the lead hook, they're out of position. He feints the jab one more time to also measure the distance, blasting his opponent with a straight left. Very excited to see Jack against Leon, especially considering the trouble he's had with opponents catching him in the clinch. But we'll see. Jack's shown excellent ring craft, body work, and finishing capability thus far. I don't see that changing anytime soon. As always, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace!